have a seat. Let me be teacher for 5 minutes and I'll go back to being preacher. Season of Advent. As part of liturgical churches celebrating the weeks before Christmas. Where does it come from? Why do we have it? Why do I wear funny blue vestments, which, by the way, are a ripoff because there's a lie that was perpetrated back in the 70s that said that the English church before the Reformation had special permission to wear blue during Advent and not purple. And then some woman did a doctoral dissertation and found out that that was false. Never happened. We should be wearing purple. So they refer to this very snarkily as Almy blue. Almy who pushed it on churches to buy it when we shouldn't have done it, okay? Okay. But you never heard me say that. So where does the season come from? Go back to Easter. Again, everything models after Easter. Everything is a reflection of Easter. Easter is the most important feature of the church year. And Christmas was an afterthought. It really wasn't thought of. It wasn't preached about. It wasn't written about. Nobody was really all that interested, and not just for weeks or months, but for literally for centuries. There was a major feast in the church year called Epiphany. All right? Celebration of the Magi coming. And they put a whole bunch of stuff all together in that one feast. And just as Easter, towards the spring, has this period of preparation, which we call Lent, so Epiphany had this period of preparation, where we remind ourselves of Christ coming, and the word Advent is Latin adventus, to come. Christ coming in history, and ultimately at the end of time. And then as Epiphany kind of goes down in interest, and Christmas kind of rises up in interest, Advent gets really transferred more to Christmas. All right? That's your lesson for the week. There will be a test next week. Don't use the snowstorm as an excuse not to come for the test. Advent is a special season. Forget the color of vestments, that's not important. The message behind it is terribly important. We believe in a very bold way that the Lord of the universe has come among us in history. And we celebrate that in the birth of Jesus of Nazareth. We believe that God has come, is in us in the past, is with us now, within us now, and will one day come again in glory. So welcome to Advent. Welcome to a season and a mindset. And I have to use the phrase, but I've got to have people my own hair color, I think, to understand. I know I'm going to pay for doing this, okay? Valerie, do you ever play a game called hide and seek, or is that something that kids your age don't play anymore? You do. All right, would you stand up, because I'm old, I can hardly hear, okay? The person who's against the tree or the wall or whatever covers their eyes, counts to whatever, and when they're finished, what do they yell out?
Ready or not, here I come.
It hasn't changed in 1,000 years. Okay, thank you. One final thing. I didn't give you this information beforehand, right? You didn't know I was going to ask you. Okay, just want you guys to know that. All right. Ready or not, here I come. You want the sermon on Advent, one sentence, the spiritual reflection. Ready or not, here I come. The God who has come in the past, who is come now in word and sacrament, and who will come again in glory. Ready or not, he comes. And there is no place to hide, and there's no place to find out when that's going to take place, so I can clean up my life and make myself ready for that moment. A couple of weeks ago, I understand that New York Jet fans hired some guy to fly a plane with a huge banner that said, "Fire the coach." By the way, Ron, where were you that afternoon? Yeah. But the point is, seemingly, from the moment that banner flew, the team allegedly has been playing better. Ready or not, I guess they needed that message. Christians don't get that. We don't get that in our own lives. There will be no banner over the skies of MetLife Stadium. There will be no e-blast from this church. When will it all happen? In a time that only God knows, because God is of time and beyond time and within time. And what Jesus was asked, he gave an interesting Sunday school answer. He said, look at those who lived at the time of Noah. And he didn't preach about how evil they were or what they were doing or whether this is a midrash or this is a story that has no basis. He didn't get into any of that at all. He simply said to them, look at the way those people lived their lives. They were so blind to what was going on right around them. And they couldn't take the time to see what's really important from the other stuff. And that's the message of Advent. Ready or not, the Lord comes. And we, even good Christians, we get so caught up in the stuff, especially this time of the year. We get caught up with work and the work we have to catch up with, and school, and family, and financial questions, and issues, and pressure from lifestyle decisions, and issues with our kids, issues with our parents, issues with our siblings. Not you guys, but other people. All right? The holiday craziness, it all builds up. And we're told, be alert. In the end, none of that really is all that important. The Lord will come, ready or not. Here's the point. Live your life like you're going to be ready. You don't know when that moment will be. And whether it takes place in history in what we call the end of time, or whether it takes place in our lives, that this 1 week from now, one of you or one of us in this room will no longer be among us. Whenever that moment comes, we don't know it. The Lord does. Be ready for it. The decisions we make matter. The times we need to love and to care for others matters. Looking out for those who are not as fortunate as we matters. Letting others love you matters. Ready or not, he will come. And he comes not only at Christmas, he comes at times of prayer and hearing his word and sacrament, and at the hour of our death, and in history. So how do you live your life? Are you ready or not?